Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you dropping in. If you're a return visitor, I really appreciate that. If you're new and this is the first thing you're seeing of mine, welcome. And so we're up here in the woods. Thank you, Captain Obvious. You're welcome. So anyways, been looking at preparedness and some of the things that I think are vital. And one of the most important, most vital tasks, skills, whatever you want to call it, that a person can have, especially when we're dealing in the outdoors, is the ability to start a fire. And there's going to be some people who are like, well, all I need is this little piece of a pine cone and a stick, and I can do all this magic. Whatever. That's good for you. I can do sticks, I can do all kinds of bow drill, I can do all that stuff, but that stuff takes time, and it takes a whole lot more skill than most people have. And so I look for cheats. I've used pine pitch, I've used cotton balls soaked in Vaseline and things like that, and I found this cool product. I've not even tried this yet, but it's called Pyro Putty. And so this is the summer blend. They have a winter blend too. This is good for, I want to say, and don't quote me, I'll probably just put that in the comments below about what the actual temperature rating is, but I want to say it's 35 or 40 degrees up to over 100 degrees that this stuff's easy to use in. And so I'm going to give you a peek at it. I'm going to take out my pre-made little pieces here. And so it's a fibrous type material. It really doesn't stink. I don't know, I'm probably breathing in some toxic fumes or something, but I can't really even smell it. And so but basically what you do is you tear off enough to make your fire. Just comes out fairly easy. By my guesstimation, there's a lot in here to make a lot of fires. And so what I did is, before I came out here today, I pulled out two pieces, and I'm gonna see if these will stay. I pulled out two pieces. The smaller one is 5 grams, and the larger one is 11 grams. And there's 28 grams in an ounce, roughly. Maybe off on that a little bit, but I'm sure somebody will be along shortly to tell me how wrong I am, but that's okay. And so I'm going to place these on the rock here, and I am going to use something that I would normally use to start a fire. I have ferrous rods, I've got all those things, but I really like a lighter. I love lighters. I don't normally carry a big one like this. This is just the regular size cigarette lighter. Today I also have matches, Strike on box, because they were out of Strike Anywhere. Those are a little harder to find these days. Sportsman's Warehouse has them, by the way. But I do always carry a lighter with me pretty much everywhere. It's in my go bag, my get home bag, it's in my camping kit, it's in my hunting kit, things like that. Because especially at the end of a long day, I don't want to sit there and fiddle with matches. I don't want to sit there and try these ferrous rods and all this stuff. I just want to light a dang fire. So I carry this. And one of the things that I do, I also carry lip balm and one of these, and I put a little 550 cord, parachute cord loop on it, and I put it on a necklace. That's really helpful if it's cold. I actually learned that being up in Alaska for some training when I was in the Army. They actually required us to carry a lighter and chapstick around our neck. It was always warm. It always worked. And so with that, I'm going to reposition here. So please... So I'm not going to light a big old fire today. We are on a burn ban, so there's no campfires allowed. We've got about a 3-mile-an-hour wind, even through the brush here, and so this will be a good indication of how well this stuff burns. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I held it on for about 3 seconds. It didn't light yet. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it did not burn, and it may be the way I have it balled up. You can definitely tell it's trying. So I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. Yeah, that got hot actually, so that's good. So spread it out a little bit. Maybe that'll help. 1, 2, 3. Oop. You get real good at blocking the wind. Oh, that lit, but it went out. The wind is actually picking up now, which I don't love. If you need to know how long this little 5-gram piece burnt, go ahead and check your timer on the YouTube machine there. But I mean, that's half the size of this one. I could definitely start a fire with this as long as you get the proper kindling and things like that. And so knowing that it would not light in a ball like this, I'm going to go ahead and while that burns, I'll spread this out a little bit. I'm imagining you could wrap this around a stick or something like that and get that going pretty easily. That's there's a lot of soot coming off. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of soot coming off of that. So it's got the chemical in it. But man, if you can't start a fire with that, you need to find a different job. So lit that. And the wind got me, but that's okay. I'm only blocking the wind from this one right now to relight this match. I want to leave that alone and see how long it'll burn. And there goes that piece. And so this thing's burned for a good amount of time. You should have been able to get some kindling, you know, some real small stuff burning by now. Some pine needles, things like that. And so this should be a pretty easy way to start a fire. You notice the flame isn't as big on this one, and the wind shifted this way. It's blowing the flame that way. If I change it even a little, there it goes. Look at that. I would estimate, I'm not going to weigh it, but knowing how much that weighs and how much volume of this material it took up, probably going to get 20 or 30 of those out of here. And I believe this was $9. It is in a sealable container, as you could see there. And so I don't know if I could leave this out in the open and it may lose some of those chemical capabilities or properties of it rather. But I may take some of this and get the little, I think they're called jewelry bags from the craft section. They're about, 2 inches, and put smaller pieces of this in there so I can keep this for future fire lighting. I'm going to break the rules a little bit. Hold my sticks up. Hopefully I don't burn my hand off. A lot of soot coming off of this, but for its size. But when you're trying to start a fire, especially if it's cold out, and maybe you do need something that burns a little bit longer in preparation of a fire because maybe your material is a little wet. Already lit. So this stuff's burning a pretty good amount of time, and I don't know. I think this stuff might prove to be pretty good. I'll do some more testing of it. We've got some camping trips planned and coming up, and so I will make sure that we get a better review of this stuff. But, whoa! But for now, I'm going to leave you with Pyro Putty. So far, pretty impressed. I think this can start a fire pretty quickly. And for the price, the chemical compound, it doesn't stink. It comes in a container. It's pretty dang light. And stay tuned. This winter, I'll do the winter blend when it's cold as freaking heck out here. It's almost out now. Told you I wouldn't. Oh, there we go. See, I moved it around just a little bit, and it kind of sparked back up a little bit. But there, this I think it's gonna be pretty promising. And so, nobody paid me for this. I bought this. Disclaimer, all that good stuff. But it's something I'm definitely going to be using. I'm interested in seeing how well this works. And after the fire ban gets lifted, get out here and start some raging forest fires. Just kidding. Have a good one, guys.